This is a question. Which rivalry in track and field is the most intense right now? Is it Noah Lyles versus Kenny Bednarek? In the 100 and 200 meters, the two American sprinters have regularly faced off against one another. In one particularly famous battle, Bednarek dramatically slammed Lyles across the finish line, igniting that animosity. Could it be Keely Hodgkinson and Audrey Warrow, two of the greatest 800-meter runners in history, who battled all the way to the finish line at this year's European Championships? Or might there be a competition between three athletes such as Karsten Warholm, Rai Benjamin, and Alison dos Santos? Three of the greatest 400-meter hurdlers in history have shared victories in the Olympic Games and World Championships in recent years. There is no objective right or wrong answer when it comes to a rivalry that rightfully sparks discussion in track and field around the world today. But before we go any further, you may subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these kinds of exciting track and field videos. Now, let's go back to our video. One rivalry, nevertheless, has suddenly reappeared and is once more dominating world news. And Josh Kerr and Jakob Ingebrigtsen are the rivals. If you are not aware with the history between these two, buckle up, for this is a very dramatic and suspenseful narrative. He developed into one of the most gifted teenagers Jakob had ever seen, and everyone was shocked when he won Olympic gold in the 1500 in 2021. After that season, he won the 5000 at many world championships, making him all but invincible in the 1500 and 5000, but he hasn't since taken home a gold medal in the 1500. One of the greatest NCAA athletes to ever compete internationally was Josh Kerr, who won an NCAA title and went on to become one of Great Britain's top middle-distance competitors. This athlete famously smashed Hicham El Guerrouj's previous mile world mark in 2026, with an amazing time of 3 minutes 42.66 seconds, which had stood for 27 years, as many of you already know. Even more impressive was the fact that Josh Kerr had been striving for this record for months prior to the performance. After that mile, he participated in the Commonwealth Games and once again dominated the competition, winning the final 225.3. And in that race, he comfortably overcame a formidable field of competitors. Recently, Josh Kerr has been the center of attention in middle-distance running. However, Jakob has returned to the racing scene today. Furthermore, after missing nearly a full year of competition, Jakob won this year's European Championships in the 5000 with a timing of 13 minutes and 15 seconds. He completed the final 100 meters with an incredible closing kick. For much of 2025, Jakob battled ailments, fitness issues, and race challenges. During that period, there was little public discourse between Jakob and Kerr. After winning the 5,000-meter gold, however, Ingebrigtsen went public and declared that Josh Kerr's absence from this year's European Championships was, quote-unquote, ruining the sport. Honestly, it seems like there's always something going on between these two. This is especially interesting because Josh Kerr competed in a championship, the Commonwealth Games, while Jakob argued that Kerr was clearly fit to compete in these European Championships, but chose not to. This is just one more chapter in a back and forth that has been going on for years, as Jakob had earlier said that Josh Kerr was just the next man. He also once said that even with a blindfold on, he could overcome Kerr. It was clear that Jakob had trouble with manners, Kerr shot back. It's an incredible rivalry, since these two have put on some of the greatest performances in middle-distance history. Kerr holds the indoor 2-mile world record. Jakob has the world record for the outdoor 2-mile. Kerr now owns the outdoor mile record, while Ingebrigtsen currently holds the indoor world records for the 1500 and 1-mile run. He also owns world records in the 3,000 and 2,000 meters, which is truly incredible. This contest is still so thrilling because it is about more than simply medals and individual records. Because the two athletes have different personalities, competing strategies, and approaches to the greatest events, each successive meeting feels like a fresh chapter in a rivalry that will never go out of the public view. Collectively, these two have erased various world records from two legends, Hicham El Guerrouj and Daniel Kahneman. And the only one left, the only record from the 90s that still holds a place, he gets back. And only adding drama to this proceeding is the fact that Josh Kerr has just made pretty much a confirmation that he will be going after the 1500 world record in 2027, since this 1500-meter world record is the only El Guerrouj record still in existence. It's probable that both athletes are now concentrating on it, which could result in another big collision. The event's exact location and methodology are still unknown. I believe that if they truly want to break the record, it may happen while they are racing on their own. Above all, though, I would really like to see Jakob Ingebrigtsen and Josh Kerr participate in a 1500-meter race in 2027 and aim for a time of 3:25. Right now, Josh Kerr would be the obvious candidate for anything like this. It would be quite challenging to immediately return to the 1500 and provide that kind of performance, especially after not racing a mile or 1500 for nearly a whole year. Ingebrigtsen is definitely returning to his peak level of fitness. There are plenty of opportunities ahead, though, since Ingebrigtsen has stated that he plans to compete in numerous Diamond League events and multiple 1500s in 2026. I can only presume that this year, he will also try to qualify for the World Ultimate Championships. Kerr's approach to championship racing has been the primary source of controversy for Jakob, despite the fact that he competed in the Commonwealth Games, a championship event. But in this instance, according to Jakob, the European Championships were crucial. It is clear that these two players have had a lot of disagreements, and this has been known for years. But it is equally evident that they have inspired each other. And because of this rivalry, which has become so intense and thrilling, I believe both athletes have attained even greater heights. Because of this, 2027 might be a remarkable year for middle distance running. Most people would agree that Jakob has an advantage over 5,000 meters. After all, from 2022 to 2024, he won 3 international championships. But Josh Kerr has recently shown how lethal his speed can be. His altitude time trial in Albuquerque, where he ran 1,200 meters in 2 minutes and 42 seconds, remains unforgettable. In addition, he set a world record of 342.66 miles and dominated the Commonwealth Games. This rivalry is one of the primary subjects of conversation in sports these days. Additionally, assuming everything goes as planned, 2027 may see a potential 3:25-1500. What effect would that have on the history of middle-distance travel? I want to know if you think this rivalry will spur both athletes to aim to break the 1500-meter world record. Who do you believe will ultimately prevail? Could the world record ultimately be broken before the Los Angeles Games? Thank you all for viewing. Until the next time. If you enjoyed this incredible and exciting track and field highlights, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.